Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming to Bullet Points, our 11th show, Michael Loftus.
It's very exciting. It's a 1 followed by another 1, making an 11.
It is, which is the divine intervention of thought, but that's for the conspiracy people at a different channel. Here we are, our new show once a week, Judd Dunning Conservatively Unplugged with Michael Loftus.
Of theloftusparty.com.
And the Deplorable Tour.
That happens as well.
Which we'll talk about that later. Each week we lay down the 5 biggest news shows in the nation and the world. Mm-hmm. Plus, we give them one
Wildcard at the end. Now here's the rub, you guys. We get 2 minutes per subject, so we have to fly. We're doing better at keeping the show tight. We're keeping it lean. We're working on our core, bringing you some bullet points. I'm going to introduce, here's what we got this week. We've got impeachment news coming out of Nancy Pelosi.
Got it.
We got, woohoo! We got Johnny Depp news, crazy. Hold on to that. You're going to be shocked. And then you brought in a story.
Turn the Lisa Page, which is a horrible moniker for
which is
a big story today.
That no one was talking about.
That's
right.
Woohoo!
Woo! And then we got Bill de Blasio, the giant New York Azio, talking about Meatless Mondays.
Word.
I could not hate him more.
Yeah.
And then we got the race to nowhere. Oh, it's a Democratic who's running for president update.
The race to nowhere and nothing. Don't want to mess up my branding there. Dems 2020 update.
Bada
all
bing,
of them.
Bada boom. So here we go. Bullet point number 1. We are talking about the Trump impeachment news.
We are, indeed. Hit the slide, baby. Okay, great. So Pelosi came out, as you can see. I'm not for impeachment. This is news. I've been thinking about it. Impeachment is so divisive for the country. So in the face of, we have 2 minutes. We rolling?
We are on.
So she just came out against the freshman base. So there's a lot of dissension in there, but I still think her higher objective is to get what her party wants, even though right now she's trying to position herself. Then we had Tlaib came out. She said, I made it very clear we should impeach Trump. Radical leftist socialists are seeking to impeach Trump. Now the great news is we all know she knows what's going to happen. You're gonna indict in the Congress, and then you're going to take it in the House of Representatives, and you're going to take it to the Senate to convict, and 67 votes aren't going to happen. It's a waste of time.
It's a crafty move by Pelosi.
It is.
She didn't become the old broad on Capitol Hill because she was stupid. This makes her look good. She's like, I don't want to impeach. And it's
because there's no grounds.
There's
no grounds, America.
And she knows it's never going to work.
Right.
So she can appear to take the moral high road
and protect the Democrats in 2020.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Biden, but we'll talk about that.
That's absolutely right.
That's
so
absolutely
she looks rational, but I don't think there's going to be anything to impeach on. There's not going to be anything from the Mueller probe. But watch out for Jerry Nadler and his 81-letter witch hunt.
Think about what she's doing, though, because look, Biden is so vanilla, so boring, so unaccomplished that he's the perfect counter to Trump's intensity versus the radicalists. So I think she's shifting off from the kind of new social freshman radicalists and trying to set up the Democrats for the fall.
I'm going to save my thoughts on Biden for our election update, but I just want to say, never underestimate Nancy Pelosi. This is a crafty political move by the Wicked Witch of San Francisco.
And there's been a lot of impeachments, by the way, and most of them don't go through. Most of them aren't convicted.
Yeah.
And Mueller said he's not going to try to indict a standing president.
And wasn't it like Andrew Jackson, they impeached him?
So guess what? You actually lost the presidency because your platform sucked. Come on, let's be honest. This has all been about the fact that they had no platform. And Trump came out and blew the lid off by being a deconstructor. I actually ended a point on a point. Thank you very much. If you saw the last show, that didn't happen. So here we are, ending a point on a point. Moving on.
I was actually making a very good point, and you interrupted
10
me,
seconds.
And you steamrolled through.
10 seconds.
You broke my heart. We're moving on.
Oh my God, this is brutal.
I am hurt. So
okay.
there, that's what I think of your
now
max.
We're in a real relationship.
Yeah,
Right?
we are.
Hurt.
So here we go. Johnny Depp. That's a picture of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. I wanted this story in this week because Johnny Depp. Holy smoke! If the testimony that came out today stands up, if the evidence that was presented today, as we record this, stands up, not only was he innocent of being some kind of wife-beater monster, he was actually the victim. the victim.
So tell us why. Tell us why. This story I'm not up on. So tell us.
Okay,
why
so a few years ago, Amber Heard, she comes out. She's like, he beats me up. He's this horrible thing. He's this drunken monster, and everybody's like, Johnny Depp, you animal. Believe this is like right before Me Too,
right?
And so it cost him financially when he was in the latest.
Can you go to the other slide while you tell the rest of the story? Because I'm just a fan.
That he was in that Crimes of Grindelwald, the Harry Potter spin-off movie, and people were like, how dare you put him in this movie? He's a monster. My goodness. It looks today, there's pictures, I saw it on Twitter and testimony, that they have it on closed circuit security camera of her hitting him, her attacking him. She threw a bottle of wine, it smashed on his, he almost lost the use of his finger. They had to surgically reattach Johnny Depp's finger. And so now, no more Jack Sparrow. His career's almost been ruined. He's been vilified in the media.
So he's the Me Too victim, essentially, right? Yeah,
it's crazy.
Absolutely.
Now, here's the weird thing.
Right.
He never like proclaimed his innocence. He never like stood up and said, this is wrong, this is wrong.
That would be a man. That would be a gentleman, right? I mean, look, it may be a double standard. I don't care if a woman in some point of weakness takes a strike. So what? Don't go to the authorities. Don't complain about it. But if somebody's ruining somebody else on the opposite of that, that's a different issue. Right?
Now,
that's the point you're bringing up.
Was it a brilliant...
Finish it!
Was it a brilliant move by his people? Because Amber Heard was just in Aquaman. That was a huge hit.
Yeah.
So now...
was her.
Now I think she's rich. And zabang!
Oh, good planning. So Aquaman killed it. I mean, it killed. We'll do a whole thing on whether I like cartoon movies in our culture at the moment. But anyway,
will we? Will we?
You
or
like
will
them?
I talk about it and you'll just interrupt me and pretend like I'm not even here?
Oh, I like it. Our show is raising its contention, Red, Blue, and Magenta Nation. Welcome. Come on. Okay, so the next point.
We've got Turn the Lisa Page.
Turn the Lisa
We got
Page.
Bruce Orr news.
Yes.
We got corruption everywhere.
We do indeed. Start the clock. I think everyone
we have
American
to.
knows the story. So,
no, we don't.
This
is the great thing about this story. It happened today.
Excellent. So start the clock. We'll jump in. So as you remember, it was Rep. Doug Collins released the Orr testimony a little while ago, and then Lisa Page came out again.
She testified today.
Today, right? And she basically said the Obama administration was extremely intrusive on interrupting the legislation and the indictments or the claims against Hillary Clinton to putting them to the end. And McCabe at one point basically came through and said, hey, we're not going to push through the harder charge. We're going to give her the charge that is no longer the negligence, and interrupted the entire case.
Yeah.
Also said that they were forced to continue to legislate. And she pointed the finger at Loretta Lynch and the DOJ. Loretta Lynch at that time was also meeting with Bill Clinton on the tarmac for 45 minutes. Soon after, McCabe canceled Clinton's, lowered the charges so she wasn't indicted. And then they said that the statement that she made that was so great today said that there was collusion was a political ploy and they were using it as an insurance policy if Trump started winning.
Insurance policy. Where have we heard that before?
Right. So it was
Peter Strzok's text. I tell you what, we're recording this a week ahead of time because I'm traveling. So maybe hopefully this story will blow up even bigger and bigger because this is a big one.
Right.
You got Lisa Page testifying in front of Congress,
right,
using terms like insurance policy.
Reinforcing Orr, too.
Yep.
All the points there, right?
Oh, Bruce Orr and his wife Nellie Orr. All of a sudden Nellie Orr wakes up and she's like, I need a ham radio license.
$65 million of Democratic funds actually went to the fusion of the Steele dossier. It was an amazing amount. And look, this is our cast and our crew. This was an attempt to take out the President of the United States because they disagreed with his profile.
Yeah.
One of the worst attacks on the executive branch. You know, it's interesting because with the blowback to having the breakthrough of having a black American president, which was awesome, but America just couldn't handle it in the sensitivity and the social justice which is a complete fallacy that's been going on. And now, what are we doing? We're riding right out of this into climate change, and socialism. We're just acting as if this doesn't exist. We have to stop on this issue.
We really do. We're not going to give up on this one. Not on this show, not on Bullet Points, because the next one, bada boom. Bill de Blasio has now done Meatless Mondays for the New York City schools. If my kid was going to a New York City public school, I'd send him there with a ham sandwich every Monday.
Every day, right.
We're rolling the 2 minutes.
2 minutes, we're in.
Who does this guy think he is? Who does Bill de Blasio, seriously, to impose his will. Oh, like what, kids need to be vegetarians?
Is he vegetarian, by the way? Look at this guy.
Oh.
Seriously?
I
hang out with a lot of vegetarians, and they don't look like Bill de Blasio.
It's like if Bill de Blasio is worried about climate change, then you can put forth a bill, and then people can vote on it. You can do it. But you just don't come in as the mayor and go, hey, guess what? Boom, Meatless Mondays. These kids have rights. Now,
yeah,
I'm not even kidding.
It's true.
So in my head, I'm like, a little kid's gonna want to have ice cream every day. Yeah. But no, seriously.
Or hormones to make a transgender. That was a different episode. Remember, I mean, kids do have rights. They can gender change now. I mean, they should be able to eat.
That's
meat.
a whole.
That's true, though.
That's a whole
All
other.
Right, moving on.
Kettle of fish. Yeah, Bill de Blasio's a monster. My kid's gonna eat what he wants to eat.
Yeah.
New York City.
Show a picture of a couple of real Americans eating.
There's a couple of real Americans.
There's Reagan. And
I'm going to lean
Trump
back.
Steak, by the way, which there was a little bit of an issue with the Trump steak back in the day.
That's Ronnie Reagan digging into a Big Mac.
Yeah. You know, the thing about Meatless Mondays is New York continues to get more and more into individuals' business. Not only can you newly fresh execute babies, now you can't eat meat. So you can kill children at dilation in New York, but you can't eat meat.
Right.
What the hell is going on, Red Blue?
And you can kill a baby, but you can't.
Yeah.
You can't have a giant soda afterwards.
You can't have a soda. No soda.
As you're a doctor crying, like, what have I done? What have I done?
You know, I'm done hiding. I think we're at a point where I'm done hiding being pro-life, you know. I mean, at this point, it's like, it's gotten so crazy in New York.
It's legit pro-life.
And I don't hide it, but I don't emphasize it. At this point, you have to talk about it.
You do.
There we go, on the buzzer. Our magic producer in the background here, as we move on to our last topic before the wild card. Michael Loftus.
This is our Democratic field update because it looks like Joe Biden's about to get in.
Let's talk about
You've got everybody. You got Cory Booker in there. You've got
Harris.
You've got the whole.
Maybe Hillary Clinton.
Okay, so Hillary's she flip flopped on that. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Who knows though?
My thing right now, because we only have 2 minutes, is it's Joe Biden.
Or Mark Cuban though. Mark Cuban could make a weird celebrity run. He could.
I tell you what, if he jumps in, I would be a little bit concerned about Mark Cuban.
I think he's going to. But anyway, but Biden is the safe bet. It's a big issue, so go right ahead.
Well, there's a lot of skeletons in Biden's closet. There's a lot of weirdness going on with that dude, and there's plagiarism and other things and yada yada. So he brings a whole 842 years of government history with him. But the thing about him, he's got that scrappy, he believes what he says. The way Trump can riff and ad-lib. Smiling Joe can do the same thing. I don't know if he can out-Trump Trump, but that's the only one that worries me. I think Trump mops the floor with Bernie. He mops the floor with...
Can he jump on this, Michael? Can he jump on AOC's platform, 90% income tax, abolition of student debt? I don't think he can. Zero carbon.
Here's what he'll do, dude. He'll give them a version of that. He'll go, now, do I think that rich people shouldn't be doing what they're doing? Absolutely. Do I love AOC? She's beautiful. 90.
He will smile through that.
What if we...
Right.
Listen, guys, we've done 70 before. We've done 75.
Right.
And America was just fine. And that's the crazy thing about the Green New Deal. They're asking for 90, but dude, right now, they'll take 75, they'll take 80, and then they'll look reasonable. That's the crazy thing. It's like reverse car dealership. It's like, this costs $1 million. And you're like, what, a Honda? A Honda Accord costs $1 million? Like, tell you what, I'll let you walk out of here for $100,000. And you're like, whoa, I just saved a crap load of money. No, you got ripped off. You got hosed. And that's what the Green New Deal is. They can pull it back and look reasonable when they're just complete rip-off artists.
Here we go. Next slide. This slide is what all the Democrats are really running on this year. I mean, they don't have anything. They can't beat Trump's kicking ass. They're just going to run on socialism.
Need some of that Russian marching music playing in the background.
Try something new. The planet is dying. Don't have children.
Let's plug our personal projects.
Okay.
13 Reasons
13
Why.
Reasons Why. You can check it out on our website, our book. It's a week later. We're taping ahead because you're traveling. So I've finished the revision of the abortion chapter, and we've been published. So come see us at the website, conservativeandplug.com. Judd Dunning there. You can also see I run all of our shows, bullet points, on our website. You can see it at Mike's website, theloftusparty.com.
Yep.
Michael's also on the Deplorable Show, which we'll kick it over to you, Mr. Fox and Friends, almost every week, guy.
Well, I'll tell you this, because we're filming this a week in advance. Cincinnati, Ohio, and Columbus, Ohio were outrageous. Every single one of my jokes was magic. I got 24 standing ovations. Yes, this is me.
Flash forward, flash back. This is good.
So, no, go to deplorableshow.com for tickets for our Washington events that are right around the corner. As you
DC or state?
State. We're heading to Portland and Tacoma and all.
Circumnavigate a few liberals up there in the north.
Yeah, and then also stop by the loftusparty.com. There's tons of video content. There's comedy. There's all kinds of things.
By the way,
you can participate.
I got pinged at like 3 in the morning, your recent video, your Panther video, which we're going to talk about. And I just want to say, Michael does not stop. So turn on the subscribe button on the loftusparty.com. You've got tons of followers, and I appreciate you waking me up last night, by the way, because I had it by the bed. It's like, bling, something about Panthers. Which is
okay, which is actually fantastic enough. Our wild card this week. A woman got mauled by a jaguar at some zoo somewhere. They say she was trying to take a selfie with the jaguar, and it just got its little claws through there and got a hold of her arm, and I say, ha, ha, ha.
That's kind of what you said last night. I love that you tied it into life last night. So, what's really interesting is, but I think it's actually a good outcome. Let's go to the next slide, because this is my best part. Yes, that's you. So you're going to talk about this. But what I loved about it is at least she didn't die. I mean, most people are like backing over cliffs. They're falling down into ravines and dying. This was a mild selfie accident. So
this is a great one. This woman, she got lucky. And now she's saying she wasn't even trying to take a selfie.
She apologized.
She went over and you know what? And the jaguar is not going to be hurt. Or sometimes they put them down, and it enrages me.
Human life is not worth as much as it was.
Here's the point I make in my little YouTube video. This is real life, you guys. You might think something is a wonderful idea. Like, oh, it'd be great to get a picture with that wild animal. It's a wild animal, and they will attack you, and your life choices have consequences. This is all real. This isn't a book. It's not Instagram. It's your real life. And so, and then I tied it into the ISIS brides, where that one drives me crazy. You're not allowed to do that. I'm firm. That chick cannot come back. Right. You can't be like, death to America. I want to kill them all. And then you get over and you're like, oh, this isn't fun. I'm cold in a cave.
Democracy and justice is the tiger, right? It's the reality.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So it was the metaphorical jaguar is America.
Right. And then I think you ended. You're like, Wakanda forever, and you had the black. We got to see the video because you look great in that costume.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to get people to the video.
I would wear a Black Panther.
You're just a big pussy. You're just right there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That is Bullet Points.
You're a tiger.
You're a tiger. We'll see you next time. Make sure subscribe. Click like. Hit the bell.
Episode 11. Thanks for coming, Red, Blue, Magenta Nation.
You'll get alerts. Boom!